Hey guys, today I want to show you how to customize your Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. Since I already know that this will fit a real Pro Controller, I wanted to see if this will also fit one of those clone Pro Controllers that I reviewed before. If you haven't seen the review for the clone Pro Controller, check it out. It's not that bad for the price. There's essentially four pieces. You have the actual face itself, and it's got these buttons which are colored like the North American version of the SNES. The Super Famicom, of course, had the colored buttons, and there's this battery cover as well, and it comes with these two handles. And that's pretty much it in terms of the kit. It doesn't come with all the buttons. You have to use some from the Pro Controller itself. Anyways, I'll go over how to quickly take apart the clone. The official Nintendo one is very similar as well, but it has like a couple more screws than the clone one. After removing the handles, you want to remove these four screws on the back, which releases the battery cover. Then after that, there's another four screws that you need to remove as shown here. You can now carefully pry it apart. There is a ribbon cable holding the two parts together, so make sure you don't just yank on it. So just flick the little tab to release the ribbon cable, and then put the bottom half to the side. You don't need to do anything to that half of the controller. We're only going to focus on the top part. And this is where you're going to need to remove three more screws. Now you can carefully lift off the circuit board. And this is the buttons. The kit only comes with four of the face buttons. Other than the A, B, X, and Y button, which is included in the kit, we're going to use everything else from the previous controller. Before putting it back together, there's a mod that you may want to do, and this involves putting a little piece of tape on the center parts of the D-pad. It makes it not as sensitive, and for some people who play Tetris, they find that the D-pad is very sensitive and it causes a lot of misdrops, like pressing up accidentally and causing a hard drop. You can also fold up a little piece of tape and put it between the circuit board and the rubber pad that the D-pad sits on. This little modification should make your D-pad less sensitive for games like Tetris. Now it's time to put everything back together in the reverse order that we took it apart. Before putting all the screws back on, you may want to test the inputs of the controllers, so go to the test menu and push all your buttons to make sure that they're all working. Make sure all your analog sticks are working. If you notice that your analog stick is not working, it probably has something to do with the little ribbon cable. Make sure you put it in perfectly like straight into the connector and it's not like crooked or anything. Here it is all put back together. I actually like it with the black handles, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing with this controller. Now I'm going to play a game of Tetris to quickly test it out, and I'm going to play it on level 15 here, confirm, and play. So hopefully with that little piece of tape that we added underneath the D-pad, it's not going to be as sensitive when you're playing games like Tetris. And as you can see with me playing it right now, I don't have any misdrops or hard drops. So it seems to be working, but I never really noticed it before. Anyways, that's it for this video. The replacement shell for the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller will also work on the clones as well. If you can pick up a clone or knockoff version of the Pro Controller for about 25 bucks, it isn't too bad. It's obviously not going to be as good as the originals that cost about 70 bucks, but it's pretty decent. Check out my review on the clone Pro Controller, and I will see you next time.